Hey, it's Matthew, and I'm here to share a tip with you if you design board games and other types of games and you have to do a lot of prototyping and adjusting of those prototypes. Check this out. I just created this racetrack for one of my games to prototype it. Watch how easy it is. Once I have things set up, watch how easy it is to create that track. Look at this. I'm using a paintbrush, and bam, look at that. I've just created a racetrack. I can create another one here. I can add some fancy edges to it for caution. Edges, all with a paintbrush. And then I can even adjust it. If I click on it using the direct selection tool, and I'm using Adobe Illustrator here, so I'm showing you everything in Adobe Illustrator, I can adjust everything and move things around. Let me show you how you can do this. It's really simple. I'm going to switch over to this somewhat blank canvas. This is another game I'm working on. And you'll notice here, this is typical of a lot of games. You might have some type of path that you want players to go down. This is my path. And what I want to do is I want to repeat this path over and over again. Now the manual way to do it is set up all these objects just like I've already done here, and then just copy and paste and repeat. But what if you want to put it on an angle? You know, have it a snake along the game board. And here's my game board here. Maybe I want to snake around. Doing that manually takes a heck of a lot of time, and when you're prototyping and having to change it all the time, you're wasting so much time. So this is how you can do it. So the first thing you do is you set up your design just like I did here, and you group it all together. And I'm going to click the selection tool and it select that object. And now I'm going to go to object and pattern make, because I want to make a pattern. And I'm going to call this board game path. Doesn't really matter what you call it, and I'm going to close it. Now what you're seeing here is just a representation of what it might look like if you duplicate it a lot of times. You can just ignore that for now. Now it's a swatch. So here's my swatches panel, and there it is right here, right at the end. It is a pattern that I've just created. Now I'm going to go to brushes and click on the plus and create a new pattern brush. Here we go. I'm going to call that board game path as well. Again, doesn't matter what you call it. And I only need to select these first two items. You can play around with the different settings here, but I'm just going to select the first two items. And there's board game path, and then there's board game path. And now we're ready to go. We're going to click OK. And now we're going to select our paintbrush because we already have a pattern selected. And here we go. Watch. I'm going to paint a snaky path on my board. There it is. Nice snaky path on the board. And again, if I want to change it, I can click the direct selection tool and then move the different objects around, stretch it, and so on, which makes prototyping super easy. I hope you find this tip helpful.